The Howard Homecoming Fashion Show review is in, and let me tell you, you may want to have a seat for this one. If you guys were not at the show, trust and believe me, you didn't miss anything. We're going to go ahead and clock the T, we're going to clock the X, Y, and the Z here on Emore'J Couture TV. So tune in for the HU Homecoming review. This is an Emore'J Couture exclusive. If it's hot, I'll say it's hot. But if it's a mess, baby, woo, I'll be. Girl, have you lost your sick mind? You're jabookinizing behind. The Howard Homecoming review is in. I'll be going off of the program. Trust and believe me, we're going to get right into this thing. Now, before I talk to you guys about this show, let me just go ahead and tell you that there is no homecoming fashion show like an HU homecoming fashion show. Just to be honest, even if it is messy or even if it is the best, it's still one of the most talked about fashion shows in the DMV area when it's time to come around. Everybody who is everybody or somebody that's emerging or emerging into the industry or that likes to be on the scene is at this fashion show. Now, I'm going to tell you, back in the day, Howard used to have so many celebrities come through their fashion shows. You can get people such as Diddy, Venus and Serena, Eva, Marcel. I mean, you just never know who's going to come up and show out at the HU Homecoming Fashion Show. Now, with this fashion show, the name of the show was Impressions, Dreaming of a New Dawn. I don't think so. It should have been called Reflections, Mourning a New Death, because this fashion show left me in tears. It left me uncomfortable. I was like, are we seriously at a fashion show right now? You know, sitting where I was sitting, surrounded by the people that I was surrounded by. Girl, we was clocking the tea on the show before the show even started, okay? Before we even got into the middle of the scene of the show, girl. I mean, we were just going off because it was just not what it lived up to be. I'm going to talk about this right now. The opening scene of the show left me in tears. It was like somebody took a knife and slid it down the back of my spine and left me there in pain, okay? I was seriously bleeding. The opening act was a designer by the name of, let me get her correctly, Urban Intimates. You mean to tell me that you're going to open your fashion show with a lingerie designer? And I'm not even going to say that's a bad thing, but it's how you present it. This designer is not even presentable to be the opening act of the show. Are we serious right now? Now, I see if you would have given me something like a Victoria's Secret type of thing where you had the snow falling from the actual roof of the stage. You gave me something that was just floral with the background and your LED screens in the back, and it was just giving me a Victoria's Secret kind of presentation that I would have gotten in my life. But I'm sitting there and I'm looking at these clothes coming down the runway to this ghetto hip-hoppity hop type of music, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Are we serious right now? my plus size girls. I love my plus size divas. But as a big girl, we need to understand and we need to comprehend that this phrase is not just a cliche. Just because they make it in your size does not mean that it's for your thighs. Now, I'm going to give it up and say that the first plus size model was good because she represented for the big girls, but I really think that only reason why they were just going off so much in the audience because it was just a big girl. Now, that's it. I don't think that the lingerie, it was pointless. The clothes, in my opinion, was just something I can go get down the street at your local mall for $5.99 for the bra and the panties together as a set. It did nothing for me. And this goes on to most of the designers in the show. I really felt as if there was no effort with the selection of designers in the show. There was, to me, when I go to a fashion show, sweetheart, I want to see fashions. I don't want to see something I can go get at Former Mills. I want to see a show. Howard Homecoming fashion shows are not just your regular fashion shows. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, Emore'J, the students put it together, it's for the students, it's for homecoming spirit. I get that. But you have to understand what a HU homecoming is. It's not just your regular college homecoming, it's the Howard homecoming. Come on now, everybody's going to be there. 3,000. How many homecoming fashion shows do you know from a university that can seat how Howard seats and that has 2 shows? One show and then another show back to back. Are we serious right now? No. So there is no way while I'm coming to your fashion show and I'm getting community college, I'm getting high school 12th grade, or better yet, I'm getting KO knockoff of BET Rip the Runway. Girl, I understand that the Kanye West and Jay-Z album just came out, but Howard, did we have to play the whole album? Did we have to play the whole Kanye West and Jay-Z album? I mean, you guys really did heavy promotion. It clearly was not a fashion show. Only thing that was missing was the stripper pole and the cash bar, because clearly I was ready for a drink. Ciroc Peach on deck, please. Thank you. No. No rocks needed. Just bring me the bottle because clearly this show is going to have me twisted. Upset with this production. I was like, they're not using this money wisely. Come on now. We can afford to fly in some very elite designers into this fashion show. We can afford to display the best in this fashion show. You're working with a $60,000 to $80,000 budget, and yet this is what we come up with? So, most of the money, in my opinion, had to go to the LED screening and the lights that were on the stage, because clearly I don't know what else the money went into. But yeah, I'm not understanding this one also. How can we, you know, no disrespect to any of the out-of-town designers, but why is it that we can show so much love to the designers outside this area, but when it comes to the DMV's very own designers, we don't want to pay them properly, we don't showcase them properly, we don't give them the correct promotion that they deserve. We just clearly just mistreat the designers from this area. I mean, we're so, Howard, you're tight, you're stingy, you're cheap. I can't put it any type of way because that's what you are. And you have 2 shows and you're charging $25, I believe, for your students, and then $40 for your outside audience, and you don't want to pay people? Come on, girl. Are we serious? Let me just talk about some of the history of the fashion shows. Have we seen the past fashion shows? Did we see? I remember one time I went to a fashion show and I was so thrilled by it at Howard. They had the acrobatic people doing these type of body flips and twirls with these sheer curtains throughout the fashion show. The models were walking between the acrobatic people and they were just doing all these type of just flexible moves, and I'm like, yes, yes, slow motion, yes, honey, yes. This show, no. And even with celebrity clientele, we had Genuine in the house. Next. So I'm thinking, like, where was the PR? Where was the press to actually contact people? You know what? It's an HU Homecoming fashion show. We're going to do it up this year, or we're trying to do it up. Could you please come through and show us some kind of love? There was nobody there. There was no one there. Like, you're usually used to seeing some type of top model come through the house. Oh yeah, there was a top model and her name was forgotten. So I'm not understanding how we could not have any type of celebrity clientele come through that building. I was clearly upset with the stage setup. I don't know what you were thinking, but when you're dealing with a show and you put steps on the stage, steps, high heels, and females don't mix. Girl, why do you have 3 steps on this runway and you can tell that the models were totally scared? The only thing that they were thinking was, I don't want to fall, I don't want to fall, I don't want to fall. So they're walking down 1, 2, 3 steps trying to get to this runway. And you know that, of course, throughout this show, people are going to take a spill. Hello. So, let's go on more with the show. Now, when it comes to the stage setup, I would have not done it that way. First of all, I'm not one into black runways because I feel that with a lot of black runways, they absorb a lot of color unless it's to fill your fall theme and things like that. But, it wasn't really a fall theme with the fashion show because they had so much summer attire and summer colors. I would have definitely went with a white, a gold, something brighter, something maybe glitzy or shiny, but no, we didn't. I would have preferred to see, rather than those tacky, cheap lounge tables back there, everything should have looked very sleek, very chic, very clean. I like the LED screen, I like the whole visual effects, but I feel that the visual effects were there to make up for the messy show. Like, it really made me not focus so much on just the lack of fashion that was presented on the runway, as to where I could just be hypnotized by the screen and just sit there and just watch what's happening behind the models, because that clearly caught my attention. I was totally disappointed with the designer selection. I really felt that there could have been more creativity when it came to some of the designers. I felt that, it was a little too urban. Like, I didn't see anything that made me say, I have to get it, I need to get it, oh my gosh, I've never seen before, this is fabulous! There weren't that many designers that did that for me. Out of all the designers in the show, I believe it was maybe a good 8 to 9, only a good 3 designers caught my attention. Everyone else was like a blur. show, Howard Homecoming Fashion Show. I clearly think next year, I hope that you guys see this video. I'm going to send it to you. I pray that you guys get it together because I'm going to be there again. And if it's messy, I'm going to read it down again because it needs to be read down, 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 down until you're ready to bring it up, 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 up because it was just clearly a mess. Impressions, dreaming of a new dawn. You were dreaming. You were a dreamer. I don't know how you missed the mark, DeMarcus Brown, or whoever was on the whole team, because it's not just your fault. Well, it is, because you're the head coordinator. So, I don't know how you missed the mark, but clearly this show is not something that could uphold to any type of show in the past. It was definitely high school, community college, amateur, behind schedule, sleeping on a new dawn, no new dawn. We have it right there. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Emore'J Couture, and I'm signing out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're jabookinizing behind. Girl, have you lost your sick mind? You guys know my slogan and you know my quote. If it's hot, well, you know, hey, I'll say it's hot. But if it's a mess, you know the rest.